Now we're ready to do the business requirements for existing technologies. So when we come up to our form selection box, under Commonwealth CTP 1.0 select BReT, we find our business requirement for existing technology form. When we get to this form, we're going to want to enter a new business requirement for existing technology, so we select the New button. The first tab is General Information. It's similar to general information that you've entered on projects and procurements before. You have a title, an item type that we want to select BRT, and you will see Project, Procurement, Service Area, Application, and we want to select BRT. The next is the BRT type. We select Business Requirement for Existing Technology. Assigned Agency BReT Portfolio. This is where you need to find your agency's BReT portfolio. So we click the drop-down box. We get the same tree that we've seen before. We come down through Commonwealth Portfolios, Secretary of Technology, VETA, then we find 136 VETA BReT. We select that. We have a description box, Secretary, Agency, prepared by will have your name there. I have logged in as administrator, so that's why you see administrator. Date submitted, date selection box, BReT status. This is a new BReT, so you select new. Is this BReT funded? Yes or no? Hopefully it's yes. Then you have a reason for the BReT. Does this address a state or federal mandate or an audit finding? Yes or no? If so, please identify the mandate or finding. If there's a response due date for your mandate or your audit finding, you enter it here. Does this business requirement for existing technology address an operational risk or issue? If you're entering this as a response to an ORI, you would select yes. You then need to come and find the ORI. So you click the Add button, you scroll down through the tree. We're looking for VETA under the Secretary of Technology. And here we find an ORI. Select it and click OK, and it's populated here. Then have your point of contact information. That is you, your email address, and your phone number. That's the end of the tab. We next move to the BReT category tab. First is select the type of BReT. There are several types listed here: recompete, upcoming contract, renew license, upgrade system, hardware or software, augment support staff, outsource current agency system, or if it's none of the above, you can select no value. The next sections cover each of the existing BReT types. Are you recompeting an upcoming contract? We want some details on the contract. Renew the license, some license details. Upgrade the system, some system details. And then there are different enter boxes here for software that you may have. Your upgrade date. And again, a contact name, an email address, and phone number. If you want to augment staff, there's some details on augmenting the staff here. Outsource current agency system, more details for that. You would only fill out one of these sections here depending upon which BReT type you selected here at the beginning of the tab. That's the end of the tab. We now move on to the Strategic Planning and Alignment tab. These questions you probably have seen if you've worked in CTP before. If not, you need to read them carefully. You need to select yes if they apply to your business requirement for existing technology. The first section is the Council on Virginia's long-term futures. The first section is the Council on Virginia's long-term objectives. There's 7 questions, yes or no. The next section is the Governor's priorities. 5 questions, yes or no. It's the end of the tab. Then we move on to the Strategic Planning and Alignment tab 2. There's some questions here. You may have seen them before if you've worked on projects. They're just yes or no questions. Read them carefully if you've not seen these before. And then strategic alignment to service areas. If you have a service area that this aligns to, you click Add. You have to find your secretary, your agency, and then find your service areas. Find the appropriate service area. I will randomly pick one. Select it, click OK, and it's populated in here. You then save the tab. It's the end of the tab. We now move to the Business Requirements tab. We get this message because I did not save the name of my new BReT. So let's go back to the first tab. Let's name our BReT. I will need to fill out our secretary, Secretary of Technology, Vita. Need to put a reason. Now that we have saved this, the system knows that this exists and knows that Vita is the proponent agency. Let's go back to the Business Requirements tab. And now the system can find the EBA data for Vita. So in this window, we have all of Vita's EBA data. You come down and look for the subline of business. Select the appropriate subline of business in your line of business. You can have more than one. These should be, all of these sublines of business should be listed in your EBA data in this window. When you've selected everything, you can keep scrolling down. There's the business impact. You describe how this BReT will impact your agency's business. Who will be impacted, whether it's agency staff, staff at other agencies, staff at other agencies outside your secretariat, agency customers, customers of other agencies in our secretariat, customers of other agencies outside our secretariat. If this BReT has an impact on other agencies, you would select each agency here. You have the complete list of agencies. So we'll just randomly pick one for our example. And you can have up to 10 agencies this BReT may impact. It's the end of the tab. Now we move to the Other Requirements tab. The first question, does this BReT address a state or federal mandate? You can select yes or no. If yes, what is the mandate? Is there a due date? Will this BReT be grant funded? And what type of funding will be used on this? Next, we come to information sensitivity. Do you have any PII data used in this BReT? Yes or no. We next have a section on technology trends. We list the different technology trends here, and you have a yes or no answer. The next is the mission. Is this a business requirement that's mission critical? Yes or no. If yes, why? If you have any documentation, you can upload it here. It's the end of the tab. We next go to the Approvals tab. Here we have AIDA approval and agency head approval. BReT does not approve your business requirements for technology. There is a section that the BReT governance groups may come in and review this. If they do that, they will indicate that they have reviewed it and who did the reviewing. And that's the end of the tab.